Joe Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. I am very excited because today we are getting the Firefly that I was hoping for, or at least we'll find out if it's the Firefly I was hoping for, from the G.I. Joe Classified series. I will be comparing it to the other Firefly and also the original Firefly. I'm just so excited because Firefly is my favorite character from G.I. Joe. That camo design, just the whole look of him when I was a kid, to me, he was cooler than version 2 Snake Eyes. I know he came out first, but like version 2 Snake Eyes, everybody was like, oh wow, that's incredible. And I was like, well, he's Firefly, except he's not as interesting to look at. But that's not really accurate. But at the time, I just felt like, why is everybody so crazy for this when Firefly is over here? So anyway, dig the character. Liked his portrayal in the live-action movie. I wouldn't turn my nose up at a live-action Retaliation Firefly and Classified. That would be cool. But this is what I want. And I like to think of myself as someone who is not beholden to the original Joe looks. But especially for this character, I needed a more traditional looking Firefly. Back of the box, got some details, got all the accessories. We know what these boxes are now. Cool art. We're getting a lot of night vision goggles. And while I understand how cool night vision goggles are, or actually this looks like we've got more functions than just night vision here. Probably a laser sight. Or maybe that's the laser sight, that's an infrared, that's night vision, I don't know, whatever. Vision enhancing headsets, how about that? I intellectually understand that that's cool, but I'm just not a huge fan of them, to be honest. So there it is, there's the box. Let's get to the figure. We've looked at these boxes time and time again, and I've talked about how cool I think the new box design is, and how I'm hopeful that they can somehow incorporate these elements into the window packaging design once that hits. I'm just going to keep this box as is. So look, I'm going to pretend I kept one mint in box because you can't even tell the difference. Just collecting boxes. Alright, there's our footlocker. We'll set that off to the side for now. There is our Firefly. Camo's looking good. Lots of contrast. I don't like the plastic replacing the twine or whatever it is that we used to have. I will go on record, not a fan of it. Don't like it. I liked the twine. Ooh! Oh, he's a loose boy. Wow, that's... Ooh, I don't love that. Alright, let's get all these tabs off of here. Take a look at this cool grayscale art of Firefly, and I gotta tell you, I wish the art didn't have the goggles on. It would look much cooler. Like, leave goggles for this guy. Give me my nice Firefly face for this one. This is probably my least favorite of the grayscale art so far. And if you enjoy the look of vision enhancing goggles, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying for me personally, they're not a highlight of the line for me. And I'm also not saying they shouldn't include them in the figures. It's just not something I'm particularly interested in. Man, that is really, really, really bad. Really bad. Like, almost I want to return it bad. But I don't have any faith. Look at that. Yikes. I don't have any faith that another one would be any different. That's brutal how loose that is. Disappointment number one, you guys, for sure. So the ratcheting on this ridiculously loose torso does still work. So he'll hold poses, but it just feels flimsy. Let's see how the rest of the figure does. The camouflage has a great spread. They did a really nice job with how the blotches look. Oh, interesting. So the arms feel solid. Those butterfly joints are almost as loose as the abdominal joint. But everything, like nothing feels stuck. Let's take a look at those hips. Oh, the hips are moving just fine. Everything's good there. Knees are good. Well, there's always going to be a problem with one of the knee joints, one end or the other. Well, not a problem, but it's just going to be tougher to crack it. All right, so we're all good there. All the joints are working nicely. Gosh, that is just terrible. Hasbro, what are you doing to my favorite guy? Okay. So we're going to try and move past that abdominal joint, even though he's going to go blue every time we try and touch the figure. So the forearm, gosh, there's one difference. Okay. So let's put him there. He's got a massive gap between this is pretty bad. I gotta be honest. My enthusiasm is dulled because this is, let's see. So his crotch piece, I guess, no, this is just poorly engineered. I mean, it really is. That this gap is huge. This whole area, this whole situation is in need of improvement. Gosh, that's disappointing. Okay. So the design of the original in my head was always that he had coveralls and a sweater underneath, and that's what they've gone with this new design, which is pretty faithful. They've changed up his web gear a little bit, because if you see on this one, he's got that weird Y web gear that I think Dial Tone has a similar situation where it's this kind of Y, because these are in like a strap on his coveralls, but here they've changed it so it's part of the web gear, which is fine. That's not a bad. I think these might be detonators. That's my guess. Tell me in the comments, what are these? I think they're detonators. They've added some gas grenades on his belt here. His holster is now connected to the belt, which I like. I like that the holster is not that independent, just on the thigh thing. I like that it's connected to the belt. That's something different and good. Over here, he's got maybe some more explosive devices. I don't know that I'm even going to leave the forearm armor on him. Oh, that's a sheath, though. That's kind of cool. I don't know. We'll see. And look, there's paint. There's paint on this as well, which helps it be a little cooler. Gosh, this is making me so mad because the figure looks great. The design is great. I don't think could be better. Although now I'm looking at him. All right, let's get we've now done our comparison. Portrait-wise, the original Firefly portrait, he does not look angry. As much as we like our angry Fireflies, this guy looks like he's gotten into some controlled substances. I'm not going to lie. So there's definitely a difference there. The base color of his pants doesn't seem to quite match the base color of his upper, like this and this are different colors. They're different colors of gray. They didn't match them. You can tell more on the back. It's pretty apparent that this... I wish the whole figure was this color of gray. The pants are like a lighter gray. I don't know quite how to describe it. But, man, not And obviously the sculpt on the crotch piece suggests that these are pants and that these aren't coveralls, but I mean the belt covers that up. To me, these should be coveralls, but they're clearly not, because not only are they different colors, these are just different textures as well. Like, these look like different plastics. Man, I'm so disappointed in the execution of this figure, because otherwise it looks great. I'm trying to figure out if this is like an optical illusion, but no, these are absolutely different colors of gray. All right, well, there's the figure. Let's take a look at the accessories. What a bummer. I was so excited. And it is... it's a disappointment. And maybe my standards are a little higher because of how much I like the character in the original figure, but... Oof. All right. Make sure we got everything out of our little paper pouch. And here's where some good stuff is hanging out. Lots of accessories. We've got that. Let's get those out of the way. We've got our vision enhancing goggles that even have the sculpted detail of that right side, that like honeycomb pattern, which is awesome. So these are very cool, and they're absolutely acceptable as an accessory for the figure if they fit. Hopefully they fit better than tunnel rats. Oh yeah, they go right on, sit over the eyes, looks good. So nice job on those. I will never put them on the figure, but cool. The backpack, which is a pretty important part of Firefly's character, they've gone with the spirit of the backpack, which I appreciate. I'm good with that. You know, I don't need it to be, again, I don't need it to be exactly like the original, but I want it to follow the spirit of the original. And look, this is awesome. It is, especially with that drone up there, like... this is an awesome backpack. This is a good Firefly, but I don't want this as my only Firefly. So anyway, backpack, lots of great painted detail on there. I dig that. Let's see how well it pegs in. Again, hopefully better than Tunnel Rats did. Oh yeah, that seems to be solid. Very solid. Good. And it looks right on him. They've given it a contour here, so it fits better. Now, granted, he wobbles even more with that weight on his back, but whatever. Man, ugh. We've got his little bomb car that is great. And it actually does roll. The wheels rotate, which is a nice touch. They didn't have to do that, but they did. Just cool sculpt, neat little piece. I dig it. And then there's... So that will plug on to the bottom of his backpack is my guess. Yes. And look, you know, pretty weird, but at least there's a place to store it. He has a submachine gun that plugs in a specific way, and that is the way, and it is very reminiscent of his original. I'm okay with it not being green. I know how we all feel about green guns in G.I. Joe. And that, I would imagine, will be held with no problem. Oh, I actually like how small this is, how compact this is. That's kind of cool. I dig that. It's a good look. Grease gun, is that what that is? Maybe. I think it came with the night landing craft, which is associated with Firefly. He's got a couple of proximity mines, which I absolutely hate because I used to play GoldenEye, I'm just kidding. I'm glad that he came with these. They're very cool. They look great. The paint on them looks great. I love that Hasbro seems to have realized they need to put paint on these accessories. That's like not an optional thing. Look at this. They pop right onto that backpack. Oh, man. Beautiful. And they're on solidly. Look great. Very happy with that. He has got a pistol with a suppressor. Looks good. Suppressor has... Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. We got it. Let's see. What is an appropriate... Blast effect plugs right in there. Looks great. And then this one does not, just because of the size of the barrel, the proportions of the gun, this one does not have a port, but I'm okay with that. That's not a make or break for me. Like, the ports are cool, but it's not like a, oh, well, he's no good now. We've got the knife that does not have any paint on it, but that's okay with me because all black knives are a thing. And I do believe that Firefly is the type of fella that would have an all-black knife. And that slots right into that forearm sheath, which does kind of stick out a little bit. That's looking a little Joe versus Cobra to me. I don't know that I am going to leave that on there. It's not terrible, but I might take these off. And then we've got the remote control for the car. It's got a little 3 on it. And I'm sure that fits perfectly into either hand because that is one thing that has never been a problem in Classified. Yeah, there we go. Right into that hand. Looks great. And that thing has got to be able to be stored somewhere. I do not believe they gave him this backpack with all this storage and there's nowhere for this to go. But it's kind of looking like that might be the case. Maybe he just has to hold it. Nothing on his belt. Well, yeah, I could jam it in that huge gap in his waist. Look, there. There's where we store the remote. We'll just jam it in that massive gap in his waist. That's fine, right? Oh, wait, I need to put the... Now, is that... Oh, where's the suppressor going to go? So that stores there. Ooh, that's a little disappointing. Oh, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Ho, ho, ho. Okay. Look at this. I don't know if I'm putting this on correctly. Aha! So the suppressor fits on... Well, that's not even a suppressor, is it? Tell me in the comments, what the heck is that? So it fits on the pistol and on the submachine gun. And now, submachine gun does have a port for blast effect. I know that's not the appropriate blast effect, but it looks cool anyway. All right. So there he is. I guess I'll put his headgear back on just for the sake of doing it. So, design-wise... it fell out of its storage spot in his freaking abdomen. Look, jam it in there maybe? I don't know. I actually wish this had a hole in the back so you could put it on the peg over here. So this is just floating around with nothing to do with it. Come on, guys! So design-wise, aside from the lack of storage for the remote for the car... Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Is there maybe somewhere on the car to put it? That would make sense, wouldn't it? Well, it would, but that's not the case. Okay. Anyway, great design. I love what they were trying to accomplish with the figure, but they did not accomplish it. This has some serious quality control issues. There's no way around it. And again, maybe I'm being a little tough on it because of how much I like Firefly. But I mean, this is, you guys, this is bad. This is brutal. This is, my gosh, we need to take another run at that. Like, do another production run, do something. But this is not good. Not good. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things, where we try to be fair, but sometimes you just got to let something have it. And until next time, Cobra. And this figure is a no-bra. Wait, we're not done. I forgot to do a direct comparison between the two. So, this Cobra Island figure feels very, very sturdy. You know, no issues with you can go back and watch my review of this one. It's on the channel. Man, I wish there was a way to kind of swap some parts on these, but there isn't. And I don't prefer the camo on this one. Like, it looks great, don't get me wrong, but for Firefly, it's the two-color camo is all I want. So, at the end of the day, this obviously is a better action figure. It just is. This, man, it's just loaded with issues that keep it from being, I'm not going to say keep it from being acceptable, because I'm going to put it on the shelf, but it's rough. It's rough. They really blew it with this one as far as the quality control or engineering or whatever the problem is. So anyway, there it is. Now we get a double Firefly Cobra.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.